Take one. Boom.
Stay recording.
How's it going, guys? Chris Hart here, Sold Out Sir. Today's video is one of our financial videos teaching you how to advance wealth, how to build wealth, and save correctly, right? So when it comes to life insurance, that's my world, guys, right? I'm a life insurance guy. And people always ask, Chris, what should I get? Should I get a term policy? Should I get a whole life policy? Should I get an IUL, a VUL, a GUL, a UL? Or
What the hell?
right? What should I get? What's out there for me, right? And so when it comes down to these policies, I believe, this is my philosophy, I've been in the game almost a decade now, you need two types of life insurance policies. There's a guy out there that believes something called Go Term Investor as Dave Ramsey, right? Financial peace. I've taught that at my church before, guys. I believe in a lot of what Dave Ramsey says. Get a term policy. He says invest the rest. Term is cheap. I believe everybody needs term. It's cheap, it's inexpensive. You get it for 30 years, maybe 20 years, depending on your age. You're 25, 30 years old, you got a 30-year term. Your kids are young, the mortgage is just being started. You're paying your mortgage off. The next 30 years, you need a lot of coverage to cover the young you who's increasing your skills to make more income. So if I die in my 20s and 30s, my kids are young. House is not paid off. I may need $1 million policy. I may need a $500,000 policy. I'll buy the most amount of term insurance I can get, maximum coverage for the least amount of money. Everyone needs a term policy. But are we done there? No, because one size does not fit all. There's one flaw in this philosophy. I get a term policy in my 20s and 30s, a 30-year term. I'm saying that I'm gonna go term and invest the rest. Some people don't invest the rest. Some do invest the rest and the investment fails. Or some in life get something called a divorce. What's that got to do with this, Chris? Well, if I have a 401k and retirement account, I get a divorce, we're cutting that bad boy in half. So here I am in my early 50s, late 40s, going through a divorce, splitting your finances, cashing my 401k out, getting hit with a tax hit with a penalty. I'm starting over in my late 40s. Well, I was told to go term and invest the rest, and I didn't invest the rest, and now I'm looking at a new marriage 3 years from now, new mortgage. I have new liabilities. I need a new 30-year term in my 50s? It's super expensive. So what do I do here? Well, it didn't work out well for me. Every American does not get married one time, only buy cars on cash. We go into debt. We refinance houses in our 40s and 50s. Some of us need insurance going past age 55, age 60. So how do we cover that person? Well, I killed two birds with one stone, something called a blend. Everyone needs a blend. A blend is a term policy to cover your liabilities when you're young, maximum amount of coverage, lowest cost of insurance. We get an IUL, Indexed Universal Life. I just talked about how IULs can work in your favor for buying Airbnb rentals, for paying for college for kids, for retirement planning. Great financial vehicle to build some wealth in, right? But why would I do an IUL with a term? IUL is not investing the rest. You invest the rest in actual investment vehicles, right? But IUL does have something called cash value. That's tied to the S&P 500. Growing return on average is 0 to 10%. So I say, okay, I get a term, cover my liabilities. I get an IUL that helps me build some wealth in my 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. It's also life insurance. So in 30 years, this bad boy falls off. This keeps going for the rest of my life. Now, how does this work? Because this thing gets more expensive over time, doesn't it? Well, in the first 10, 15 years, if I overfund this IUL, I can essentially stop payments at year 20. So I funded max fund for 20 years, stop payments at year 20. This term falls off, no more payments. This IUL has no more payments, but it stays in force. I continue to have life insurance. And guess what? I have an insurance plan. If life happens and I get a divorce or something happens in my mortgage, I continue to have an insurance policy that stays in force for the rest of my life. I get long-term care for the rest of my life. So being wise says, get the best of both worlds. If you have insurance right now and you only have a permanent policy, just an IUL, just whole life, you're probably underinsured. If you have just a term policy, you probably have the adequate amount of coverage, but you're not maximizing what the insurance world can do for you because this bad boy has so many perks. Your money can grow tax-free. You have tax-free access to it. It's tied to the S&P 500 performance of that index. And guess what? Where else can you get money from an account, put it out, invest into real estate, and the money stays in the account growing for you guys? So if you're saying, man, Chris, I have interest in learning about this concept, I got a term policy.
You know why you will.
I have a whole life.
Not sure how it works.
Comment in the comment section below. Learn, capital L-E-A-R-N, learn. We'll get back to you as soon as we can, guys. And just really assess, like I said before, Does it even make sense for you? Should you consider a term policy? Do you consider IUL? What are your goals financially? Is it buying a house, investing into real estate? Is it paying for college for kids? We'll determine what's right for you based off your needs, guys. Until next time, I'll see you soon. God bless.